In this Amazon FBA product research tutorial, I'm going to show you step by step how I find products to sell on Amazon. I've been selling on Amazon since 2018, and this is the exact method that I've used to find the majority of my products. So I know that it works. So I'm going to jump straight into the tutorial. The first thing I want you to do is go to Amazon, and you can start wherever you want, put in any product you want. I'm using lunch bags as this is a niche that I looked at a few years back. I decided not to proceed with it at the last minute because the price point was just a bit on the low side. But it's a great place to start. It doesn't really matter where you start because this process puts you on a journey that you never know. You're going to go down many rabbit holes, and in this video we're going to find lots of different products, and you can use any of those products as a starting point for your own product research. So we're starting with lunch bags, and the first thing I want you to do is to run your sales estimator software on this niche. Now I'm using X-Ray from Helium 10, which is my preferred sales estimator software, and I've been using this for many years, and I trust it. And when you open it up, I want you to make sure you're filtering out the sponsored results. You only want to see the top organic sellers. And then what I want you to do is to go down the price column, and I want you to ignore any of the cheap products. The whole idea behind this method is to find a good seller with a good product, because the chances are they will have other good products for you to look at as well. So it's like this infinite cycle of getting new product ideas for you to analyze. So all of these sellers here probably have multiple other products, and we have no idea what else they are selling. So we're going to go into their shops and take a look and then see what good products there are. I'm going to analyze those niches and see whether they're worth considering for us. And we want to filter these initially by price, because I'm not interested in cheap products. And if a seller is selling cheap products, they're probably selling other cheap products as well. Now, a minimum recommended price point for selling on Amazon is about £20. So for this process, I usually start around about £15, because if a seller has a product at £15, they may have one at 10, they may have one at 20. But if you start looking at sellers like this selling at $4.99, you're probably only going to find cheap products. So I'm going to look down this list, and the first one here at $12.99 is a little bit on the low side, but I'm going to take a look anyway. $4.99, ignore. $8.99, ignore. These guys here, Lex Sky, let's take a look at their range. £16, and this is Thermos, so I'm going to ignore that because that is clearly a brand name. Mini Coco's $11.99, $11.99, $7.99. We got Homespun again at $17.99, so that theory did work that these do have a more expensive product. And then we've got Thermos again. We've got LifeWit. How many is that? We've got 3 of them open at the moment. We've got Homespun, Lex Sky, and LifeWit. So what we're going to do now is we are on the actual individual product listings. We want to go into the seller's page and look at their other product. And to do this, you open up the product, and on the right hand side where you've got the buy box, it will say sold by, and then it will say the name of the seller. And if you click that name, that will take you through to their profile. But scroll down to the bottom and click on see all products, and then this will bring you up at all of the products that they sell. So if we do this for all 3 sellers, so this was Homespun, I think I did this for. We've now got these guys here, so let's click on them and down to the bottom, see all products. And then the same with LifeWit, we'll do the same, click on sold by. So what we've got now is 3 sellers, and we're looking at all of the products that these sellers sell. So the first one, they've got lunch bags, and they've got a cosmetics bag, and they've got tote bags. So closely related products, but you might want to go and analyze the tote bag niche and see what the demand is like and the price point are like and stuff like that. Another seller here, we've got lunch bags, we've got backpacks, we've got cat carriers, laundry storage containers, washing powder storage, quite a good variety, toilet roll storage, various types of niches that you can analyze. And then the third seller here, we've got, what's this, a perfume stand, some floating shelves, some underbed. Is this underbed or just clothes storage organizers? A 3-tier serving tray. So you can see how straight away from just starting in the lunch bags niche by using this technique, we have tens of different ideas that we can go through. So I've basically got an hour's work here to go and analyze all of these products to see if there is anything of interest to me. Now, to speed things up, what you can do, instead of analyzing every single product niche here, what you might want to do, you're welcome to, of course, analyze any ones you want to, but you can just filter these by the ones that are actually selling well. So instead of analyzing every product, just look at the ones that are selling well. So sort this by recent purchases, which is the Amazon statistic that they give us. This is real data from Amazon. And the first one is the cutlery drawer organizer. So the next thing is to then take that product onto Amazon and find a suitable search term. So I'm going to actually start typing this in. If I go to Amazon, the actual homepage, so we're not in a category, and say cutlery, we'll see what comes up for cutlery tray, cutlery holder. I'm going to wait for the search volumes. So the search volume suggested one, we're using Search Expander, by the way, from Helium 10. You can see that there. This is part of the Helium 10 suite, just like X-Ray is. The cutlery drawer organizer looks to me to be the highest search volume, but also most relevant. Cutlery set is not relevant to that product, and the ones below this aren't relevant enough as well, or high enough search volume. So cutlery drawer organizer at 24,000, that looks like a good search term to be analyzing. So we've now opened up this niche, and now we can actually do our analysis. So I'm going to use X-Ray again, but instead of this time for finding product ideas, I'm actually using it to analyze a product. And if you haven't analyzed a product before, I have got videos that do cover this in detail. I'm just going to do a very quick analysis for you. So the first thing is hide the sponsored results. You then want to check the seasonality. There's no point selling a product that is super seasonal, and be aware of when you're doing your analysis as well. So at this time of year, as we head into the new year's, there's going to be a lot of niches where they've just had a Q4 spike. Now, it doesn't look like this particular product is very seasonal at all, which is a really, really good sign. But just be aware that when you're doing your analysis, what time of year it is, what the sales are like at the moment, are they elevated or not, and what sort of demand will you expect throughout the rest of the year. Because the last thing you want to do is commit to a product now based on elevated Q4 demand, only for demand to drop off the rest of the year, and you end up with too much stock and your sales are really a lot lower than you would expect. So check the seasonality of that particular search term, as that is the most accurate way of checking seasonality throughout the year. We then want to look at demand and price point. So we've got recent purchases here. You can see some of these ones at the top are a bit high. If you're a new seller, you want to go into a niche where most people are selling 100 to 300 units per month. It's not an issue if you're above that, as long as there's a good landing zone in the top 10 to 15 organic results. As soon as you get down lower than that kind of 15 plus in the search results, not many sales come from there. So this is where you want to be. This is your target landing zone. This is where you want to get ranked eventually when you launch your product. And in order to do that, you often have to at least match or outsell the existing competition. So if you're coming into this niche, to get ranked inside the top 10, you're probably going to need to be above 400, somewhere between 400 to 600 sales per month. So just based on my initial analysis, without deep diving too much, demand in this niche is probably a bit on the high side for a new seller. We'll also look at price point. As I mentioned earlier, I prefer to focus on products that sell for around £20 or above due to how high Amazon fees are and the amount you're going to spend importing goods into the UK. If you're selling below £20, it's often very difficult to make money selling on Amazon, especially as you're going to have to be paying for PPC adverts as well to promote your product to get it ranked. And there's lots of other things we can analyze as well, but if I do that, this video is going to be very, very long. And the purposes of this video is to show you how to get this infinite source of product ideas. I've already shown you just from the lunch bag niche how to get lots of different product ideas, but say you've exhausted the lunch bag sellers, what you can do is any of these niches, so we're in the cutlery drawer niche now, we can do the same with these sellers. We do exactly the same process. We come down, we look for a seller, like for example, Addis here, and that's a bit cheap actually. These guys here, no other at $14.99. We'd open up that product and then we'd click onto their storefront, and then we'd see what other products these guys are selling. And you just keep repeating this. Every time you run out of product ideas, go to one of the niches, find a seller that is selling at a reasonable price point and is selling a decent amount, and then see if any of those products are of interest to you. So that is how simple the process is. And I've got 3 things for you guys to wrap up this video. Number 1, if you do need some sales estimator software, you can use Helium 10. There is an offer on at the moment that runs until midnight on New Year's Eve. It's going to give you 35% off for up to the first 12 months. There'll be a link in the pinned top comment. And if you're viewing this video after midnight on New Year's Eve, this link will still go to the latest Helium 10 discount, whatever that will be. So click on that. You don't have to sign up for the full 12 months. You can sign up and cancel anytime, but certainly 35% off is a good offer for Helium 10. We've also got the first module of the FBA Elite course is free to view at the moment. So if you just go to fbaelite.com, click on the course link, and then that will bring you through to the course website. Click on preview course at the top, and this will show you the list of all of the videos. We've got over 120 videos in the course, plus the module of resources and templates at the bottom. But you'll see this first one, this is free to view. So you've got 9 of the course videos here. So if you're getting started with Amazon FBA in 2025, give this module a watch to help you get started with your Amazon FBA business. And finally, if you're still struggling to find a product or you don't have that much time to do the store raider technique, that's what I call it, there is another technique that you can use that is much, much quicker. I'm going to pop up that video now and I'll see you guys over there.